All right, here we are live on all possible platform of ours. Hi, Dr.
Hmm.
Sam. Do I call you Sam? I thought I
What's
was about
good,
to call you.
Mars? Yeah.
I'm great.
Now you
Do
can
you
call me
want me?
whatever you want. Yeah.
I'm used to calling you with Dr. Sam, so let's just go with that. I'm not used to changing it into like Sam. Hi, Sam. It's like you know. So
Yeah. Whatever feels good.
yeah. So allow me, everyone, to introduce Dr. Sam to everyone here who may not know him yet. Okay, so Dr. Sam here is okay. I'm gonna do this without text. Okay, I'm gonna read your
All right.
introduction by how can I, but by what I
Cool.
remember. So let me check. Hold on. On the Instagram, it's not live. Do you see our Instagram is going live?
I don't know. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. Just to make sure because it's not live. It's hold on. Okay, it's fine actually. We can just repost it later, right? We can just go on with the show. But it's now live on Facebook and your
That sounds
YouTube and
good.
my. All
Awesome.
right. So let me
Perfect.
continue with the introduction. So let me get some water for a bit because I'm so excited. So Dr. Samuel Lee, MD, Samuel B.S. Lee, MD, is a certified board psychiatrist based everywhere in the world. He was actually,
Hmm.
when I first time I knew him, he was in Sedona. The first time I connected with him, he was in Sedona. It was year 2020. I never met him in person, but I know that he's working as a psychiatrist who is helping people with the aim or purpose to taper off. And he is the medical director of Alternative to Met Center, which is located in Sedona, Arizona. And that's what he
Not
does.
anymore. It used to
Oh,
be.
not anymore. The Alternative to Meds.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a year and a half ago. A couple years ago.
So you're going freelance now, helping people taper off.
Yeah. I'm free now. I'm
Yeah.
helping people. Not only taper off, but I'm helping people connect to their souls and doing what I love. And yeah, heaven is a party.
Heaven is a party. So Dr. Samuel is by profession a psychiatrist, but by impact is a true heartist. I'm talking about the heart. We're talking about the heart, right, Dr. Sam?
That's right. We're talking about the heart. heART. The art is in the heart. We're talking about the heart today and what it means to be a true artist.
Yeah, so let's just jump right in. What is your definition of being a
Let's go.
true artist?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the best advice I've ever received, Mars, in my life is be you. Because when Source, Almighty Living God Consciousness wanted, it all started with a question:
Mm-hmm,
who am I? Is question. And then from there, Source had a desire to experience itself through you, through me, through 8 billion other human beings and all of the life forms on all universes. And so through this desire, God said, let there be light, and there was light. And in that moment, through who am I, and through a desire to experience itself, it all future potential Source downstepped into different forms because God's Source wanted to experience God making love with God, the exchange through you, through me. And so our job is literally just to be you completely, me, free from programming, And authentic expression is the direction, right? It's not
Oh,
some purity, some authenticity. So, but the real thing here now, I believe, to be a true artist is to deprogram everything we've been taught in society of how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to eat, how we're supposed to deprogram all of that so that we can authentically fulfill the initial intention of source, which is to be you and to experience you completely and fully as me and you and as each other. So I think a true artist is authentic expression, a deprogrammed authentic expression of each one of us doing our thing.
I love that.
What about you,
So,
Marsh? What do
Dr.
you think? What do you think is a true artist?
So I think a true artist is not focused on the technicalities. I
Mhm.
think being an artist is remembering that we are a created creation who can also create.
Mm.
Remembering that
Yeah.
every inhale, every exhale, every growth, physically, mentally, spiritually, every change included, are rooted in art. The blood
Mhm.
wouldn't move through our body, the heart wouldn't pump itself if it's not by the art maker, which is the creator. So our life
Yeah, I
is
love that.
basically art. Yeah, that's what
I
I
love
think.
that. Like, we're co-creators with the original artist, right? And so every word we speak, every, yeah, every song we sing is like we're singing a soul song with the original sound, and co-creating that. I love that. We're co-creators. Every breath, every vibration that we make. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying technicalities are bad. No, it can enhance our whatever we do in our lives. And you don't need to be a
Mhm.
musician or work in art industry. Whatever, you don't need to paint. You don't need to be what actor to call yourself an artist. Just be you, like what you said. You're already an artist. You are born an artist.
Yeah, uh, I resonate with that, and so I just want to hear Mars and shine some light and awareness upon your art. And I saw a little video clip of you as a little kid, and I just want to shine some light on you because as a little kid, you were already expressing your art. You were, acting, you were singing, and the vulnerability that it takes to share your soul and your vulnerability and your journey with other people and to step into the arena. There's a lot of people who are afraid of what other people think, so
Yeah.
they won't authentically share themselves. But the thing about it is, like, your art is can resonate with people that my art cannot, because you have a unique oscillatory reflection of source. And so, I mean, I can only imagine the people that you've touched, the people that you've moved, and also triggered, because artist does not care what other people think about them. They are able to express themselves authentically, without a shit given what other people think. And a true artist will know that when they express themselves and step into the arena with courage and themselves vulnerably, some people are going to like it and some aren't, and that is the sign of. And I want to shine some light on your courage to journey since you were a little kid, Marsh, and all the
Oh,
people
wow.
that you've triggered, all the people that you've touched, as a little kid, acting, and now as a grown woman on this spiritual healing path. You are brave and you are courageous. And I think authenticity attracts authenticity. And so when I see you doing your thing and being your artist, the art, ART, is in the heart, 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 art. You express your heart, you're vulnerable. That takes courage. You share your journey. And especially with mental health lately, I'm like really touched by your courage to share your journey. That is a true artist. And so I just wanted to shine some light on the star that you are, Just talking on this earth, I'm talking a star from the heavens, right? I think that your journey is bright, and I think that it's just getting started. So, yeah, I just wanted to shine some light on your journey, your path, and your courage and your vulnerability. And that's what a true artist can do: is they can step into the arena, they can be vulnerable enough to authentically express and share who they are with the world without a fucks given. Who likes it and who doesn't, because they are fulfilling the original intention of Source, which is to experience and to co-create with the original sound. And with every sound you do and every you are doing that. So
Wow.
just wanted to put awareness upon your art, not to mention just kind of like your art today, like just looking at your room with the poster with the pink, with blue, with your get up today. That's art, and I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness. No one's ever put it the way you did. I feel so blessed, and I felt a little bit of not resistance but nervousness in receiving what you just said.
Hmm.
It's basically acknowledgement, right? But I don't know if it's cultural programming or whatever programming that made me feel like, okay, it's not, if I say thank you I would sound snob, something like that. That's one of my challenge. But I want to ask you, what about you? How is
Yeah.
your, what do you feel is a challenge? Number one, as as you being an artist, and what is your biggest turn on, like that you created yourself,
Yeah.
your entire life? What are they? Like list all
Yeah.
of them. Go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. My biggest challenge has been to deprogram all of the religious programming that has been from the ages of 0 to 7. I was programmed, and I chose to be programmed um, through my parents and through religion and through society, to care what people think, to be a nice little Christian boy, and to believe that you have to behave a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way to receive love. And no one ever taught me how to receive love either, Marsh. So that's something that we're learning together. It's like when someone, and thing is like everyone talking about the ego, epigenetic overlay. It's what makes me a unique vibrational oscillatory artist. And that is what I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be kill my ego and just be nobody. I'm supposed to be a unique vibratory oscillatory reflection of Source. So when I speak a word, when I sing, this vibration goes through my body. Consciousness binds to the water, and it communicates with the morphogenetic feeling, my cells and DNA. And then if I'm in neutrality and bioresonance, in between the double-stranded helix, the DNA, what scientists used to call junk DNA, false potential DNA. It is
Mhm.
90 something percent potential, and then that word goes through the potential like a piano of the epigenetics, which codes for proteins, which makes me the building blocks of life, which makes me a unique vibratory oscillatory reflection of Source. So when I say to you, like, you know what, Marsh, you know we got to put false humility aside, because truth is truth. And you have been vulnerable, you have been courageous. And so to receive these words, it's not about killing it's about sanctifying it, integrating it into the mission, and knowing that my ego is a servant to my soul, and it makes me unique, and that's okay. That's good. That's we want to be unique, because that was the original intention, right? Exactly, man. And do a little shoulder shake every once in a while. And so my most difficult thing has been deprogramming everything I was taught from the ages of 0 to 7. And then now that I've deprogrammed most of it, and I'm aware of most of the programming, being me, being courageous, and sharing my unique soul song with every breath, with every song, with every creation. And so not caring what people think, and then deprogramming, unlearning all of the conditioning has been this challenge and my greatest blessing. Yeah. What about you, Mars? What's been your
Wonderful.
biggest
So,
challenge?
oh, my biggest challenge. Um, Feeling intimidated.
And your greatest
Intimidated by
joy?
what?
Oh, first, yeah, your greatest challenge. Feeling intimidated by what?
I feel intimidated. I used to see other um, known, very or famous or very well known artists in my field, which are
Mm-hmm.
actors or musicians. This happened back then since I was 12 until,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, until the last couple of years, like past couple 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
it ended. So I never see other
Cool.
famous artists
Mm-hmm.
as human beings. I see them as someone who is legit artist, and I'm just this little tiny thing, not knowing herself, not being courageous or having the, even, like, I don't feel I have the right to show up as, like, I show up shiny, colorful with my clothes. But socially, when
Yeah.
I talk to them, I froze or I just avoid them. I turn around and I pretend not to see them. That's my biggest
Mm-hmm.
challenge. But then,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm now learning to see them as also human beings.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just chill, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that because, like, I think that's we compare. A lot of people have been programmed to compare themselves, the comparison to other people, and the truth is, you're incomparable. You are 1 in 8 billion. There's no one else on the planet like you. And authentic expression is the resurrection. These other stars and people, they're just human beings too. They just treated like human beings too. So I love that you 2 years ago you were able to deprogram that and just start seeing everybody. The word I like to use is holarchy, not
Holarchy, hierarchy.
hierarchy, holarchy. Doesn't matter. Yeah, holarchy. There's a new system being everybody is equal, where everybody gets to do what they love and
Mhm.
shine just by who they are. We don't have to compare ourselves, and we shouldn't compare ourselves to anyone because there's no one on this planet like me or like you, like 1 in 8 billion. And it's such a blessing to be alive as a human being right now. There's souls wanting to come in right now. And so it's such a gift to find gratitude for being you, made in the image and likeness of Almighty God, source creator. There's no one like you, and our job is simply to be us and not compare and shine. But Marsh, I wanted to ask you as well, like, what's been your greatest joy as being an artist? Like, what do you find joy
Oh,
in? Because you've been expressing yourself. Yeah.
breaking rules.
Love that. Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
greatest joy, is to, like, break through
Yeah.
all the norms and
Uh-huh.
just make people go
Mm-hmm.
crazy and think that I'm definitely, Marshanda is definitely sick and crazy. But then 10 years,
Yeah.
12 years, 15 years later, they come to me and they ask for my coaching or my advice. And you know what? A few days ago, one of my family members,
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Uh-huh.
mention the name, I'm not going to mention the gender, but that person came to me, and while we were talking, she said, okay, I said the word she, but that person said sorry because that person thought I was the crazy one in the family, and she felt so guilty because of that. And it's
Mm.
just not I'm not saying this because I'm needing the ego. I'm just saying it, like, to let other people out there know, if you're the black sheep of the family,
Mm.
if you're being exiled by your own closest circle or community, there's a reason to that. There's something
Mm.
special about you. There's about to emerge, and you will see it happen. Don't you agree, Dr. Sam?
Amen. I hope Taisha into Doe 100%. The black sheep, every family has a, I like to call him the goat. The black sheep comes of all time. So I'm super grateful. And it's cool that your family member, and it took them 10 years, but they realized actually, Marsh, that you know, every family has a soul who comes in, who allows themselves to go through what society labels as bipolar depression and all of these things because they're a giant soul. But in all actuality, what they're doing is they're healing the entire family lineage because that person is a big soul who allows themselves to go through dark, allows themselves to go through all of these things in order for them to heal the family lineage and then to figure out all the good ones are a little cray-cray. Society has always called all the good ones a little crazy. You know what I mean? Even Jesus, if he was alive, they would try to throw him in a psych hospital. And so every single, no, it's true. And we were
Yeah,
made to
because
stand
DS,
out, not fit in.
yeah, he fits all
Yeah.
the DSM, blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He said, I am the son of God. Well, they would probably throw him in the psych hospital. And, I just want to shout out to all of the beautiful, amazing black sheep of the family right now.
Woo!
I want you love. I want to send you light. And I want to say encouragement and tell you continue being you. The time will come just like Marsh. 10 years from now, if you continue on this path and don't give up, where your family members will come to you for advice. They will come to you and say, oh my goodness, Marsh is free. Marsh is actually created to stand out, not fit in. There's wisdom. Marsh is carrying wisdom. And the black sheep becomes the goat if you do not give up. Jesus called it the narrow way. Not a lot of people do that because sometimes it's uncomfortable, right? Because it's in the uncomfort that we grow. And the thing about it is your soul is so giant that you focus on that and there will come a time where you'll realize that you are actually special and, on a path of truth, and the truth will set you free. And one day you're going to wake up and just be free. And that is all the soul wants, is to be free. So I think that's really cool that you're coming full circle. So I'm super excited for you. It seems like you're on this rapid acceleration path of spiritual growth. I know you're spending a lot of your time and energy on that. And man, I can't even imagine 10 years from now where you're going to be. That's going to be awesome.
Wow, I can't even know. I don't want to even know. I might be afraid to know now, so I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm just gonna trust the unknown. Do you think that's one of the strengths of true heartists? We believe in the unknown. We want to master the unknown. Do you resonate with that?
100%. And the reason why I feel these days I can trust the present moment is the unknown. The now, Eckhart Tolle calls it. And
Yeah.
how can you trust, learn, let go, and every moment and trust as you sing that song on stage to a million people that you don't care what happens, and the wiring could go wrong, something could go right, but you don't know. But that's the beauty of it, is to let go into the present moment, into the unknown, where anything. And in order to do that, though, I think it's really important to spend time getting to know the universe, which is you, connecting with your higher self. And the more you get to know the universe, your higher self, what are you letting go into the universe? Because you spent so much time with the universe that you know intimately, that you trust that the universe is working for you, not against you, no matter what happens. And so even if I get in a huge car accident, I can ask not, why is this happening? Why is this happening for me? Because in all things, the universe is always working for good for those people who love. And we are this love. And so when we can let go and trust the universe, trust our higher self moment, and just be present, because that's where the magic happens, in the unknown, in the moment. And I think a true artist has mastered that ability.
I love that. I love that. Do you want to see the chats, like what people are asking?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna see how we can do that. Chat overlay or something. Hold on. Oh, this one right here. So, new comments. So the existing comments are a lot. Can you see it from your own restream? There's a tab called chat.
I can see a few.
So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. If you want to go ask questions, you can just type it right now, and it's gonna show up on screen. So everybody, go ask anything you want, including I want to announce to everyone, Dr. Sam is having a special Spotify tracks, and you're gonna have a new one, right? Heaven is a Party. How is that going?
Yeah, there's a lot of Songs, it's going good. It's fun. It's like, learning how to express myself. And the current song I have up on my Instagram is called The Source River Frequencies Prayer of Eternal Sanctification. This is a
Mm-hmm.
powerful prayer. And, when we are source, and when we came downstepped in consciousness, we left parts of our soul family, spirit family on eternal councils, but only benevolent ones that love you, who honor free will choice, who only can come through if you invite them. So this is an ancient prayer said in the most ancient language on earth called Anuhazi, from the 12 original celestial human tribes spoke that, which the 12 tribes of Israel are based on that. So this is way before Sanskrit. And our
Oh,
DNA is coded to this language. So
okay.
I chant this prayer twice a day. It's on my Instagram link, and it will call in the eternal councils and chant this prayer. I think just watch and and see what happens, because it's been having a super big impact in my life. So it's a joy to share it.
Wow. Okay. Since there hasn't been anyone who sent their questions, so I want to ask, as a singer, do you play music or do you like song? You write your songs, right? Like "The Heaven Is a Party" is a song that you wrote. Is it
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, I wrote that one. I wrote that. Yeah, I'm learning how to write songs, and it's fun. And I wrote "Heaven Is a Party," and you're right. I wrote a lot of songs, but what I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna do, Marsh, is I'm
you're
just gonna save about
awesome.
30,
Why do you
30.
still have to learn?
Yeah, what's that?
Why do you still have to learn? You're already awesome. I love "The Heaven Is a Party." It's like, my
Oh,
gosh, celebration.
that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, because man, I love the art of sound writing. I believe music is gonna save the world. Our DNA, our potential DNA, responds to sound and light and scalar waves and music. So it's one of my goals to just single day and learn the art of songwriting and master it and take over the radio waves and send beautiful, amazing songs to our youth so that they can activate their DNA.
Hmm. All right, talking about songs, um, we were in the past, like, well, I think last year I was talking to you about frequencies, right? Like 440 hertz, and there are frequencies coming from every kind of song that would that would influence us, either lower our vibration or make our vibration go higher. So how important it is as yourself as a songwriter to, so my question is, the frequency is like, you hear the frequency not from the lyrics, right? It's from the, like, file, the mastered file. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, words become matter, so the frequency is coming from the words, but that what you're really getting when a writer expresses their song, I believe, is the intention and the energy behind the words. So
Yeah.
that is literally, yeah, it's the energy behind the words of the original intention of the song, is like soul song being expressed and being downloaded, a subconscious imprint on whoever is listening. So yeah, I always like to listen to the energy behind the words, the rhythm, the tone, the expression, all of that. And 90% which is through body language too. So how are they expressing themselves, right? So all of
Yeah,
that matters. Marsh,
I
I got a
see.
question someone sent. Did you see it?
On private chat, right?
It
Someone
says,
see.
yep, yeah.
How does it feel the first time you break into the light and express all of your heart? Can you tell the stories about that? You go first.
Yeah, the first memory that comes to my heart is I was a little kid. I was like in high school, and I had just learned about the love of, at that time, what I believe to be, just, and I was at school. I was a shy kid. I was a 4.0 high school student, athlete, but I was really shy. And in front of the whole school, I went to a private school. I felt this, like, I guess Christians call it the Holy Spirit thing, my higher self telling me, Sam, I want you to go up right now. The whole school was gathered there for this chapel. And I was so shy, but there was something moving me, and I felt like this light come over me, this courage come over me, and I just went up there, and they were doing an open mic. I grabbed the mic and I just started speaking my truth, and art, like and I started expressing my love and for my personal relationship with Jesus at the time, which I've grown from, and I'm no longer religion, it's relationship. And I went up there and I busted a nut, spoke my truth, and the whole crowd was silent, and like literally they felt. And that was one of the first times I truly expressed myself, and it felt nervous in the beginning. I felt the nervousness. What were the people going to think? And then this power came over me when I knew my intention was pure, and I was doing it to share and express my love, my truth, and my light. And I went up there, and this power came over me. And when you go up there and you do it anyway, you step into courage instead of fear. I felt the fear, but I stepped into courage and I expressed myself. Man, when I came back into the seat, the whole people were talking to me, but I came back into my human body, and I still felt a little nervous, but it felt really good. To authentic expression is the Russian. It felt amazing to express myself. That was what I was born to do. How about you, Marsh?
All right. Wow. Wow. I understand that feeling. Well, my first time was when I was still in, I think it was before the fourth grade. And I don't know how this links, but I feel that there's something about this dream I had before I was at the age of 8 or 9. So I had a dream where I meet God in the skies. And I call God Allah, right? Um, so I meet
Mm-hmm.
Allah, and in my dream, I was being told that that is Allah. This is like, I don't know how this connects, but I'm just gonna share it here. So I
Sure.
see the sky, it's like the clouds, and then there's a black shadow, like in
Mm-hmm.
like human shape, but sitting like a yogi, like crossing the like this, sitting like this, and
Yeah.
then it's like in human shape, but just a black shadow
Mm-hmm.
with a bald head, no
Mm-hmm.
hair, stuff like that. No, I don't know if it's a she, is he, I have no idea. And then what's interesting, not too long after that, I was already doing like TV commercials, etc. since I was 4 or 5. But at that time, I suddenly, because it was 1998. You remember Spice Girls?
Yeah.
So I was
Tell me
I
what you
was
want, what you really, really want.
yeah. So
Um,
I'm
uh,
a huge fan. And
yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah,
did,
yeah, yeah.
I just got the idea from I don't know where to record my voice to an empty
Mm-hmm.
cassette with a mic at my house. And then there's another tape I put in the background that plays
Mm-hmm.
Spice Girls full album. And then I record my
Mm-hmm.
voice to a different tape with just my voice.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so I sing the whole album into that cassette,
Yeah.
A side
Huh.
B. I didn't know there was such a thing as like called -1, whatever, blah blah blah. I cannot find karaoke of
Mm-hmm.
Spice Girls, so I just used music on
Yeah.
the background. And then after I'm done, I gave the cassette to my mom. I told her, Mom, I want to
Mm-hmm.
be a singer. And then it was so, I felt
Mm-hmm.
like it was meant to be. There's
Mm-hmm.
no, I didn't have the need to follow up even like, how was it? How was it? How was it? It wasn't ambitious
Mm-hmm.
in a way that it's a must, must happen.
Yeah.
But then 2 years after that, I was casting for this TV series called Angel. In Indonesia, it's called Bidadari, translated as
Mm-hmm.
Angel. And
Okay.
then I was casting to become the lead role. I did 5 times audition, and I got through. And then during the contract signing, like somewhere around there, the producer agreed for me to sing the soundtrack, and they made me a whole album.
Wow.
So yeah, I know it was like
Mm-hmm.
very, very, it felt so meant to be and effortless because I believe in it so much and I
Mm-hmm.
practiced like crazy. Like since I was at the age of 9, I listened to Mariah Carey, and I was thinking I never took singing classes for more than a month in my life, like on two
Yeah.
different eras or period. And then why is my camera okay? So yeah, I just sing. I learned to sing by myself, and then I remember I have to be able at the age of 9. I have to be able to one day sing like Mariah Carey. So I keep practicing every single freaking day in my room, in my car, just because I want to. That's
Yeah,
it. So that's my story.
love that. Yeah, got it. Cool. So you had a dream of vision of God, Muhammad, and then and a shadow, and that inspired how that inspired you to do Spice Girls, a whole record, and you put out to the universe that you wanted to be and then 2 years later that manifested because you put the energy out there, and it manifested as an angel, and you did the whole freaking soundtrack for
Yeah.
Angel, and
Yeah.
and we haven't even had breakfast yet.
I'm
That's
sorry.
cool.
We,
Uh,
what time
what
is
were
it
you gonna
there?
say?
Oh, it's morning time there.
Yeah. No,
Was that an
yeah. No,
expression?
what I
I
mean
didn't
by
get it.
that
Sorry.
is it's yeah, it's an expression Ralph Smart uses, and what it means is like we're just getting started. Like, you know what I mean? We're just
Oh,
and it's we even had coffee yet. So there's a lot more beautiful
I get
things I think to come. But while you're talking about Mariah Carey, man, I just want to like shout out to everybody out there and let them know that if you continue on this conscious path, what you're gonna find is there's a hero.
totally. Oh my goodness.
If you look within
To
your
your
heart, you don't have to be
You don't have
afraid of what
different
you
of
are.
what you are. That was the first song I performed before my TV series in a cafe. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I
Awesome.
get goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Oh my
hero
god.
inside of
It's a
you.
really beautiful
Yeah,
story.
man, and
I mean, the beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful
it's the
lyrics.
truth.
Yeah. You should talk
Um,
about the hero's journey. You want to talk about that, or do you want to answer the question from Smiley John?
yeah, no, let's talk about the hero's journey.
Hmm?
I think the hero's journey is when you're born on Earth, you choose. First of all, there is no force and source for there to be love. There has choice. True love has to be a choice. If there's like a big guy with a little girl on the back, she's like, if you leave me, I'm gonna do this to you. That's not love. That's fear. In fear. But like, if you is love, is source is love, it means that it honors free will choice, the greatest gift ever given to humanity. So the hero's journey, I think, believes begins when a soul spirit decides, I'm gonna go to Earth. It chooses to go to Earth. It chooses a mother's womb. It chooses a specific date to be born in a specific mission. And on the day that the hero is born as a little baby, this giant spirit is chooses to become a little human being, down steps in conscious. That's a heroic choice. That's a courageous choice. And it
Okay.
chooses to forget that it is source, it is consciousness. And on the day it's born, all of the planetary influences, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, all are in perfect alignment to a vibrational frequency to help the hero achieve its goal and its mission and through its journey. And when we are at low frequency, however, the difficult aspects of the planets are in alignment, and that's tough. But when we're at high frequency, the positive attributes of the planetary influences are in alignment. So on the day you were born, the lined up, you chose to be born for a specific mission, and that is the beginning of a journey. It chooses to forget that it is beautiful, it is perfect, it is whole, it is source, everything is connected. And then nine souls allow themselves to go through, in every hero's journey, there's darkness, there's a monster, there's a bad guy, there's demons, there's depression, there's bipolar, there's all of these difficult things that the hero allows themselves, all this spamming and shit, allows itself to GMOs, all that crap.
Yeah.
It allows itself to go through that. And Earth, it's a courageous choice. Earth is the only planet you can accumulate karma. So
Mm,
it's a risk. but the hero believes in himself and herself that she will not give up, he will not give up. And little by little, it starts remembering, activating upper stranded DNA, the 12th stranded DNA. The 4th, 5th, and 6th strand is the soul. The 7th, 8th, and 9th strand is the oversoul. The 10th, 11th, 12th strand is the avatar inner. So the hero's journey, it's locked into a third dimension, but it slowly starts realizing it is a soul. Then it starts meeting soul family. Then it overcomes depression. It overcomes PTSD. It overcomes bipolar disorder. Then it realizes I'm not a diagnosis. I'm not a label. I am an eternal spirit, soul. And it starts meeting its tribe, because your vibe attracts your tribe. Starts learning how to like eat healthy food, and it starts learning, remembering. And she who is forgiven much can love much. He who has been to the darkest of the darks can appreciate the light. There is no darkness, light without darkness. There is no journey. Then starts activating its DNA, remembering its soul until it comes to a point where it realizes it is one with everything, and the sacred, and everything has intrinsic value, and it remembers it is eternal spirit. And I think that is the beauty of the hero's journey, and it's such a privilege to be alive on Earth right now, to be a part of this hero's journey. And every soul is at a different stage and development. So I think everybody is a hero, and it just lies within activating your DNA and remembering who you really are.
Wow, that's perfect how you explain it.
What do you think, Marsh? Tell me about your superhero, Marsh. What is your superpower? Yeah, your superhero power.
Okay, my superhero power. I believe,
Yeah.
okay, I think this is what makes my life still exist. I mean, like, what makes me still alive today? Through the darkest of the darks of my own, I always, 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 when I lost the custody of my daughter, whatever that ever happened to me, when my own family forcefully hospitalized me, um, um, because I opened my veil and the whole country thinks I'm crazy, blah blah blah. I've never gotten angry to the universe, to God. My superpower
Mm.
number one is I believe that every single human being is born for a big, noble, amazing mission. And the
Mm.
more I tell myself that, the more it's ingrained in me. And it's like an auto reminder. And it's been an auto reminder for
Mm-hmm.
years now. So I feel like even during the times I had so-called panic attacks, like 7 years, I'll say whatever, however many years ago, or when I was having like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know how to control my sanity, I'm gonna lose my mind. I still believe that God, Creator, the universe, God is holding my hand. Although I feel so lost and alone, there's a mission to why I'm still breathing. That moment, all of those moments. Is that a superpower? Yeah, I think so. Is that a superpower?
I think it is. I think it's a superpower to go through everything you've been through, receive all of the sometimes difficult, be called crazy, and that God, not to get mad at the universe, but to continue to believe that everybody has a deep purpose and a reason, and to continue to not give up. Winston Churchill said, "Never, never, never, ever give up."
Hmm.
For every dark night, there's a sun. There is a sunrise, and for every dark night, and you are living proof of that. And I think that is a superhero power. I think that's amazing.
Thanks.
It's patience and it's belief and faith. And with faith, all things are possible.
Yeah, I agree. What is your darkest of the darks, Dr. Sam?
Oh man, yeah, good question. I growing up, I had this religious programming that in order to be saved to go to heaven, you had to act a certain way. You couldn't have marriage. If you drank and did all these things, you're a bad person. So I was engaged at a point to someone who my intuition said is not your wife friend, but I kept ignoring that voice. And because of my programming that said I have to be married by a certain age, I have to marry this type of girl, I have to have a 9 to 5 job, I stayed in the relationship when I knew deep in my it was not for marriage. And the universe had to kind of tear me apart from that. So my darkest of my darks is I got engaged and I went with 16 of my party friends in Vegas.
Mhm.
And I went through, for me, I was just really happy and with my friends and having a great time. But like from the outside, and to me, it was probably one of my most spiritual experiences ever. But like to the people on the outside, including some of my friends, they thought I was going into mania. And they started spreading a rumor to everybody: Sam's manic, Sam's manic, Sam's manic. And for me, I was just having a really highly charged spiritual experience. And, I ended up not in a good place. Six finest friends, like they were talking behind my back, and I could hear them, and it was really sad for me. And that sadness turned into anger. And in that angry state, my fiance and my parents, like they cut off my finances, so I was all alone in LA. I remember driving down the 4 just crying, my God, why have you forsaken me? Like, I was following my heart. And so in that state, I called off my marriage. And, you know, I had nobody. I felt like my family had betrayed me. I felt like my friends had betrayed me. My finances were locked, and I didn't know what to do. And so that was my bottom of my bottoms. And it's from there, though, sometimes I know now I allowed myself to go to rock bottom because it was only from there that I would find the light. And so from that place, there was an intuition said, go to yoga 30 days in a row, go to yoga 30 days in a row, go to that yoga studio 30 days in a row. And at this time, Marsh, I was 50 pounds heavier than I am. I hadn't exercised for like 4 years. I was just so I was a cardboard box, and yoga was not popular for men at that time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I did, and I was rock. I had nothing else, and so at the end of yoga class, I would feel this peace come over me. And I said, I don't know what this is, but I want to know more. I want this. And it's what led me into a full-on exploration of all things consciousness for the next 10 years. I got yoga teacher training, breath work, work with all the plants. Quit my job as a psychiatrist, but I'm still a psychiatrist, but I just practice reality now and learn how people at the root cause, like connecting to their souls. And so that was my rock bottom, but it was the thing that ever happened to me. It changed the course of my life, and it helped me turn into the light. So
Yeah.
What, Marsh?
Mine, my darkest of darks. Yeah, I mentioned several of them before. Okay,
Mhm.
probably the most recent one. Okay, I'm gonna share that one. So I have breast tumor right now. It's been like I had so I'm just gonna keep it short. But then I
Sure.
came to a point a few, not even a month ago. I think it's less than a few weeks ago, where I literally felt like there are literally signs that I am about to die. And then I heard through like some religion teachings that if a person is going to die, that person is going to know that she is going to have feelings about it. And then I felt like that was what happened to me, what I was experiencing. But I have no fear. I don't fear death even until now, and I never felt I never fear death. That's my thing. Maybe that's my second superpower. So I just give in. I say to God, I ask, I made peace with all of my exes, with everyone that I've hurt in the past, my family members, and I was like wanting to learn more about everything is that's awakening me, but at the same time feeling that if I'm gonna die, at least I have made like big impact on my last day of breathing. And so I made this video on YouTube saying I have breast tumor, and I open up this Telegram channel where people can work. Uh, so it's a Telegram channel, but through that people can book one-on-one healing session with Marsha, because I have huge passion in being a counselor. I call myself the transformation catalyst, so I don't want to call myself a healer, but I opened up a new career path because I believe that before I die, I'd rather do something that is like impactful one-on-one to like real human
Yeah.
beings. And
Yeah.
and then until now, I'm fine. I'm not dead yet. And then look at me, I'm laughing. I'm having the best
Yeah.
time. I'm joking more than ever. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like a resurrection. So for me,
Yeah.
believing and living into death is part of you getting resurrection. What do you think?
I think hit it right there. Like honestly, once you do not fear death, you start to truly live. And authentication is the resurrection. So I feel energy with you recently too, and it's joyful and it's carefree, and that's awesome. I think that's a step in the right direction. That childlike joy. Um, so yeah, once that's the samurai code, man. Once you find something that you're willing to die for, you truly start to live because you realize death's real.
Wow.
There's no such thing as death. Death is energy is neither created nor destroyed. And so once we realize that it's simply a transition state in consciousness, then we can really start living in grace, taking risks in life, being carefree, and not fearing death. And that's when you truly start to live. And I feel like that's happening for you. It's awesome.
Yeah. What about your resurrection? The most recent. Is there any?
Yeah, every moment is a resurrection. Every moment, I have two phoenixes tatted on my back, and what that means is every single moment. Like our cells are constantly renewing themselves all the time. So like as I think I know someone, I don't, because every single moment is new. Every single moment is fresh. Every single moment the cells are resurrecting, right? Shedding and dying and living. So every present moment is the resurrection. And so I'm really learning how to just be present, rest of the universe, and also like what I will say is in the Bible they say, John chapter, not a Bible thumper, but this pastor, teacher of the law, comes to Jesus at night. He's like, I know you're doing all these miracles. How do you do them? He said, you got to be born again. And Nicodemus is like, what are you talking about? Be born again? How can I go back and come through my mother's womb and be born again? And Jesus is like, you silly pastor. Like, I'm not talking about going physically. I'm talking about spiritually. So how are you spiritually resurrected? And it's your higher entity is a less dense version of me and you. And every day when we connect with this higher version of us, a less dense version of us, identity accretion starts coming in, and we start embodying our soul, and our cells start changing from carbon to less dense carbon crystalline into our embodying our soul identity. And then you can start higher identity accretion of your oversoul, and then your avatar inner Cristo self, your 12th dimensional self. This is how you're resurrected. This is true Christ consciousness, is activating of your 12-stranded DNA. So every day when you go vertical and you connect with source and you bring in those
Hello?
frequency, prayer on my IG is a great way to do that. Then you start, yeah. Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Yeah,
hello, hello.
on your IG. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. So the source river frequency, bring in that less dense frequency, and you can start directing your cells into a less dense of you and fulfilling what Jesus said in John chapter 3, born again. It is a science. It's not some woo-woo thing. And so I highly recommend, encourage myself every day, is connecting with my higher self every day and bringing in those frequencies, the source river frequencies.
Do you need effort to connect with your higher self? Honest question.
I think
Do we effort?
intention.
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 Yeah.
Even if right now, whoever's watching, if you just say, I would like to connect with my higher self, that intention has infinite organizing power. It's a magnetic attraction which will attract to you that fulfillment of your intention. So I think just holding that intention, the universe will send you all of these tools that you can use to connect with your higher self,
I
like
see.
meditation, yoga,
Mhm.
prayer, sure,
Yeah, because the
all kinds of
spirit
stuff.
connects with the body as well, right? We cannot just separate the two. So if we have the intention, but our body is like having a lot of stuck energy, then we cannot
Mhm.
get less dense. Is that, am I saying it right?
Yeah, so ancient Chinese believed any type of disease stuck energy. The thing is, like we talked about resurrection and the higher self, when it brings in this high oscillation energy of your higher self, high oscillation entrains lower vibration, which means as you continuously connect to source and bring in your higher identity, it will naturally clear the karma, reverse polarity out of your body, and so that the energy of the spirit can flow in you creatively, and so that we will actually cure disease by connecting with your higher self. You bring in a frequency where disease does not exist. So higher oscillation will transmute the stuck energy, no problem. Reverse aging, you'll start doing all kinds of cool stuff.
I see. I had a question before, but now I forgot what that is. Oh, the art of, because okay, first, does an artist, a true artist, always a seeker at the same time? Do you think?
I believe so. Um,
Okay.
a true
Um,
artist always learns. Everything is
yeah.
my teacher. Every present moment is teaching me what is even humility. I think a true artist, well, a true artist, in my opinion, is humble. And what does humility mean? Humility for me means teachable. Teachable in every now moment. You're my teacher. The animal, my teacher. The sun is my teacher. Everything is my teacher. It's a reflection. So I think a true artist is humble and ever learning, like Kendrick Lamar. Be humble.
Wow, I love
Teachable.
that.
What do you think, Marsh?
Teachable, yeah.
What do you think?
Um, what was my question?
You,
Oh,
do you think a true artist is ever like like
oh
ever
yeah,
evolving? Ever, you know what I mean?
I think so. Well, at least myself, I don't know the statistics. That's why I ask you, because you're a psychiatrist. Maybe you know more about statistics than me.
Yeah.
But why I ask that, because I want to ask this one last question. We're about to hit 1 hour mark. So this last question is: every seeker
Yeah.
has a tendency to feel that they're not enough yet. They don't know enough yet. How, at the same time, do we, as an artist who's also a seeker, feel that it is wonderful to keep learning, but at the same time feeling okay and enough that we don't know that much yet, and feel whole in having holes that
Mhm.
are ever last, no, not
Mhm.
everlasting, that are always going to be there.
Yeah, it's an amazing question. That's why I think the more the more know that I know nothing,
Yeah.
and that is true humility. I think, and but at the same time, we're a sand, but we're also the entire beach. We're a drop of water, but we're also the entire ocean. So the more you learn, there comes a point where you realize you are source, you are the ocean, you are the stars, you are the sun. That is, but all that is what Jesus called the Father consciousness is so beautifully intelligent. There's layers on layers on layers to this wisdom, layers on layers on layers to this love, to this intelligence, to the perfection of source, onion, and we can live forever and we will still be learning the science of source, about the wisdom of source. And so there comes a humility with that. It's okay not to know, but I still want to know because it's so beautiful. So I want, every moment is teaching me and I want to learn. And but at the same time, letting go and knowing I will never know all of it because it's so vast and beautiful. And that's the beauty of it.
Dr. Sam, thank you so much for this opportunity, for joining me on this live. You've been a
Yeah.
light consistently for me since day one. I connected with you. You're never not a light because that's your true self and you're embodying it. I just want to thank you for being you. And I believe that everyone's watching this are feeling the same way. Everybody's watching this feeling the same way. And thank you for every wholehearted, wholehearted impact you give to the world. And let's live forever. That'll be my closing.
Let's do it, girl. Let's do it, Marsh. And we ain't even had breakfast yet.
Yeah,
But hey, Marsh, is it cool if I say a word sing over anybody watches? Is that cool? Can I just say a quick word?
totally.
Cool.
Totally. Take your time. Yeah.
By the love of eternal source, we are. By the truth of eternal source, we stand. By the power of eternal source, we fly. By the way of eternal source go I. By the grace of eternal source, I now send love, light, peace, and truth, protection, and freedom to every single buddy who hears this voice, anybody who watched this channel. We're sending them, me and Marsh, and all of the eternal ones. Send them love, light, peace, and truth if they so choose to receive this. Free, we are free, we are free. We have come, we have come, we have come. We are here, we are here. I know who we are in truth. I know how we are free. Sending freedom to all of the true artists out there. Express yourself. Authentic expression is the resurrection. Be you. You are loved. You are worthy. You are protected. You are who you've been looking for. Take a look inside and you will find you are who you've been looking for. It's all love, peace. And so it is. Taisha Intadoe.
Thank you.
That was fun, Marsh.
All right. That was awesome. I'm going to end the live now. So thank you everyone for joining, for watching. Take care. Dr. Sam, you can have your breakfast now.
Time for breakfast. Bye, Marsh. Have a good day.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye.